what are the studies that have been put before us, telling us now this is what happened in 2012, this is where we are now, and this is the progress that we have made. That has not been done. Number two, for you to come up with a product, a GM product, it takes around 15 to 20 years before now you start using it. So has it taken that 20 years? No. Do we have any local produce or any local GM? I mean, our scientists come up with any GM product, any GM seed? No. What are we relying on? We are relying on a technology that is not local. It's a technology from elsewhere, which means they even own the IP of that technology.
Yes.
So all that put together, where are we left as Kenyans and as consumers of this product? We are left confused. Number two, we will be left to be depending on the Monsantos, because that's where we'll be getting the seeds from.
Yes.
And that's, they own the intellectual property of that product. And finally, it's like our farmers will be forced, for lack of a better word, to be slaves. The new, I own that, and whoever has a problem with me using that word, a slave, let them come to me, because I use it because of what I'm seeing, the trend we are seeing this discussion is taking.
Yes.
The conversation of GM in Kenya now is taking sort of a political move, but also there are some people who are benefiting from it. There are some few multinational companies that are benefiting from it, and they are doing everything possible. They are pouring a lot of money here in the name of supporting young scientists to go and study elsewhere, but at the end of the day, they become like their slaves. So when I'm using that word slave, I have my own perception, and I have my own way of reading in between the lines.
Yes.
So I'm using it not because it's really, really slavery, but it's like sort of slavery as it is right now. So do we have any product of GM in Kenya developed by our own scientists? No. Do we have labs, laboratories that are well equipped to even test that if I get food and I want to test to see whether it has GM component and I don't want to eat that, or just to ascertain? No. And even if there are, it's very expensive for me to do it. Do we have laws to protect those who don't want to consume GM food? Appropriate, sufficient enough? No.
Yes.
Do we have laws to protect the smallholder farmers? You know, where this GM food is produced, they do large-scale farming. But here in Kenya, we've depended on the 80% smallholder farmers that are feeding the country for over this period of time. And there is a law that there should be a buffer zone between one farmer and the other. So if you're producing GM food and I don't want to produce, or I'm not interested in that, there is a distance that our fields should have. That's in between should be around 20 meters or so.
Yes.
To allow, to safeguard the products. I mean, to safeguard the produce.
Yes.
So what does that mean? If you take an ideal scenario where I come from myself, you know, it's like 1 meter from each other. If we are brothers, and our father has given us apparently where I come from is only men that are given shamba. So our father has demarcated our land. The only difference is about 1 meter. So that allows for cross-pollination. So what happens to my food that is being contaminated by the genes from the other produce? What happens to that? Are there laws that are going to sufficiently protect me and maybe I get redress in the event this happens? So all those things throw us into a confusion. And for that reason, we are only asking the president. No one is telling you not to import, but please hold on until we put our house in order.
Pretty much. But I want to point you out to a couple of things that have really come out here. If you go back